about whether the state should be funding religious pilgrimages. Now, this is an interesting story. This is a debate that's arisen again after the Madhya Pradesh government this week started a new scheme where it will fund pilgrimages for senior citizens at a cost of 36 crores to the exchequer. Earlier this year, the Supreme Court had ordered the centre to scrap the Hajj subsidy in 10 years, saying that the money should be used for social and educational development of Muslims instead.
Flagging off a new scheme, a first in India, the Chief Minister's pilgrimage scheme. It's the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan's brainchild, a religious tour for senior citizens. This train is carrying 984 tourists to Rameshwaram. Under the scheme, people will be taken free of cost to various tourist places like Ajmer Sharif, the Golden Temple at Amritsar and the Velkarni Church, and will cost the state 36 crore rupees.
31 मार्च तक ही हम कम से कम 60,000 लोगों को तीर्थ यात्रा करवा देंगे और मैंने ये भी तय किया ज्यादा संख्या बढ़ी तो 60 के 70 कर देंगे 70,000 को 80,000 कर देंगे अपनी तो सरकार है चिंता की क्या बात है और खजाने में भी पैसा की कमी नहीं है भाई.
While there are many who have welcomed the scheme, others question if the promotion of religion, any religion, is really the government's job.
जिंदगी में हमने ये नहीं सोचा था कि हम वहाँ चले जाएंगे. शिवराज जी का भला हो उनका मतलब धन्यवाद.
जो भ्रष्टाचार के मुद्दे हैं, माइनिंग का है, गेहूं घोटाला हुआ मध्य प्रदेश के अंदर और भू माफिया सक्रिय, उसकी तरफ ध्यान नहीं है. उस पर से ध्यान हटाने के लिए इस तरीके की धोती पब्लिसिटी कर रही है और अपने बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं को वहां पर ले जाकर उनको मोबिलाइज करने की कोशिश सरकारी धन पर कर रही है.
Around 1,000 pilgrims have already left for Rameshwaram under the scheme, and more than 900 pilgrims are expected to start for Ajmer Sharif on 13 September amidst criticism that the state government, instead of doing more to eradicate corruption and malnourishment in the state, is busy spending crores to woo senior citizen voters. In Bhopal, with camera person Sanjay Ankil and Rizwan Khan, Siddharth Ranjan Das for NDTV.
Shouldn't government stay out of religion? That's our question tonight as we look at that state funded pilgrimage in Madhya Pradesh. Let me first ask Mr. Chandan Mitra. Mr. Mitra, why? Why should the state be spending the exchequer's money, 36 crores here by the Madhya Pradesh government? And these are pilgrimages to churches, to mosques, to temples. So they cover all religions. It's very politically correct. But is this something the state should be doing?
Well, a secular state does not mean an irreligious state. We are, not a state which is either agnostic or atheist. People of this country are deeply devout and tied to their respective religions. I think this is one of the best schemes that I've ever come across because it is really fulfilling the wishes of a large number of people who are old, infirm, who are not being properly looked after, who are deep inside villages, cannot afford to visit these pilgrimages. And so I think the Chief Minister must be complimented and commended for starting this, especially, as you know, there are a whole lot of schemes. There's a scheme for the Hajj subsidy. Of course, it is a big issue, although I think nothing wrong with it. Hajj subsidy is correct and should continue. And similarly, there's a subsidy for Kailash Mansarovar Yatra and various other schemes. To say the state should be, irreligious or ignore the existence of religion in India is to talk absurdly. We cannot possibly do it in a country like this, and nor should it be done.
But, in this case, Mr. Iyer, the state is taking care of their boarding, their lodging, their food, everything. Now, could this money be better used for, say, better infrastructure at these, to these pilgrimage sites or anything else for development? I mean, Madhya Pradesh is pretty low on the Human Development Index. Can this money be used better?
I think, I'm very embarrassed to say this, but I entirely agree with Chandan Mitra. I see no reason at all why people who cannot otherwise afford to go on pilgrimages cannot be helped by the state to fulfill very deep longings in them. And I didn't know, and so I'm delighted to hear that in fact they are going to be covering very, very important shrines of the Indian spiritual heritage that include Rameshwaram on the one hand and Ajmer Sharif on the other, and the Golden Temple is the third point, and maybe they'll get to pronounce the name Velkarni correctly for the church which is very close to my constituency. I don't really see what's wrong with that. At the same time, just as Chandan said just now, it has been a long tradition in India to assist financially, the state to assist financially, matters relating to pilgrimage. There's, as he said, the Amarnath Yatra, there is the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra, there are the facilities that have been made available in Vaishno Devi, and we have a Hindu national, I've forgotten the exact name, Hindu Religious Endowments Fund in Tamil Nadu, which looks after the temples, and
so
which also has a counterpart where it provides temples. Yeah, I really think you've got the wrong end of the stick in saying, should the state be involved? Now, I think Chandan was right when he said, in our state, in our country, secularism does not mean being agnostic or atheistic. Now, I personally am both agnostic and atheistic. I don't, I'm spiritually impotent. But that doesn't mean I don't respect the right of others to hold spiritual beliefs. In fact, I believe that secularism should be defined not as privileging one's own beliefs, but as respecting the right of others to hold beliefs that you do not hold.
Yeah, but the question...
So, and 36 crore, I'm sorry, my last point is 36 crore as a fraction of the total amount of money needed for improving human development indices in Madhya Pradesh is too small for us to argue over.
Okay, Mr. Bhushan.
They need 36,000 crore.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.